was great to finish off a sweep opening weekend. Thought, a lot of great things this week, and of course the thing that was most outstanding was our pitching. And what Jake did today was just unbelievable. Oh my goodness. I would have liked to have seen him go 9 innings of no-hit ball, but couldn't do that on opening weekend. But man, he's growing each time I watch him pitch. He's growing into a more mature competitor. He's obviously got the stuff, and our whole pitching staff was just fantastic all weekend. And Nathan, I've been singing your praises, Nathan, for a long time, and you're making me look like a smart guy that I know somebody that has some talent. But we were worried he might not even play today after getting hit by that pitch yesterday, but I'm sure glad that he did.
All right, any questions for the players? Raise your hand. Get a mic to you.
Jake, what was the main thing you felt like was kind of working for you best in your outing today?
I'd say fastball. I think I threw like 80% fastballs today. I mean, just that's what it was on opening weekend. Just pound the zone, your fastball, stay ahead. Change up and slider felt good today too, but just fastball was the main thing. Just pound the zone.
John?
Nate, you've talked about confidence. Where are you right now coming out of the preseason and into the season after these opening few games?
I'd say I'm pretty confident. There's still a lot of work to be done, and opening weekend, obviously there are going to be a little bit of nerves there and a little bit of pressing a little bit. But I think going into next week, I'm in a pretty good spot, and I think the team's in a good spot as well. It's hard to sweep in baseball, so glad we got it done.
Jake, with the rotation this weekend, I think in general you guys had 27 strikeouts. I mean, you had 9, Matthew had 9, and Dylan had 9. I mean, where do you guys feel like your rotation is at right now?
I think it's in the best spot possible. I mean, all 3 guys went out there and absolutely shoved. I mean, we all 3 are really good friends too, which helps. So always encouraging each other and challenging each other. So it's been cool. I think we're in a good spot.
Any other questions? Blake?
Jake, that outing cost you some money today, didn't it?
207, I think.
Yeah. Tell everybody what you're doing.
Yeah, for you guys who don't know, every single strikeout I have this year, I'm donating $23 to Purple Heart Homes, the veterans charity. But yeah, I just really thought it's a good way to give back, and I'm just excited to see where this is going to go from here. So.
And on a day that we had our first salute to service, started a new tradition today.
Yeah, crazy.
That's why we wear our camo hats and shirts today. It's our military way of letting the military know we're thinking of it.
Just your thoughts on now you're wearing a Gamecock uniform, having worn that other uniform, but getting your first home run in a Gamecock uniform, just kind of what that means to you.
It means so much. I mean, growing up here, I started out being a Gamecock fan. I came to the games when I was a kid, with my mom and dad, and running around the bases, hearing Sandstorm go on was pretty special. So I mean, I credit my teammates and my coaches for helping give me all the confidence to get it done in a big spot in the game, and we got a lot of work to do still, but it was unbelievable for sure.
Can you challenge Ethan for the school home run lead?
Well, that's not the focus. But Ethan's a great player. I'm just going to do all that I can to help my team win. So.
Any more questions? All right. You guys
See you guys. Okay.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. All right. So, questions for Coach? Chris?
You score more runs this weekend and you had hits. Is that something that you sort of preach coming into this season to make the most of your opportunities?
Actually, somewhat. Yes, take advantage of your opportunities. But I told you the other day, I don't really like to see us walk that much. I'd rather see us hit. I think when you walk so much, it takes a lot of the aggressiveness away from your hitters. And it took us a while really to get going today, hitting wise. And we're going to need to hit better than we hit today as we go through the season. We'll need to hit better than this on Tuesday night if we want to have a chance to beat Winthrop. We had a lot of pitches to hit, and we took a lot of strikes, and I wasn't really overly happy with the way we swung the bats today, quite frankly. But late in the game, I thought Blake Jackson gave us a spark with his double down the corner. And then, of course, Nathan's home run broke it open for us. But, overall, I wasn't really all that pleased with the way we swung the bats today. So I'd much rather see us hit than draw free passes. I think the game's more fun to watch, and it's more fun to play when you're hitting the ball and running the bases and doing those kinds of things. Get the crowd more into the game. I like that. But, when the pitcher walks batters, you're going to earn your walks. And then we got to have somebody that's ready to drive them home. But, I think we left a few runners on base today that we, in situations where we had runners, we should have had better at bats. But it's early in the year, and I've been doing this a lot of years, and this is very typical of offense early in the season. You just kind of miss hit balls and, a little bit indecisive and that type of thing. But we're going to need to grow and get better.
If you had to put a grade on the pitching or the starting pitching this weekend, I mean, how would you grade it? And then just, did they kind of surpass your expectations of what you might have expected from an opening weekend, outings from those guys?
Yeah, I can't believe Dylan Eskew gave up a run. What's wrong with him, huh? I couldn't have dreamt what we saw out of those guys this weekend. But to be honest with you, they pitched like that last weekend in our inter-squad scrimmages. Eskew, I think, threw 5 shutout innings, and McCoy pitched against the number 1 lineup and shut him out for 4 1/3 innings. And, who's the other guy? I always forget that guy, Becker. Yeah, he's such a pain in the neck to me. But anyway, he was awesome last week, too. So I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I've watched the work that Terry has done with these guys from the day Terry got on campus here, and it's really been magnificent. And I think the kids are responding to him in a tremendous way, and it was certainly a great way to start the season. But we got a lot of challenges ahead of us, so we're not going to get too crazy about our praise. Those guys got to keep them humble and down to earth, and know that they got to keep working.
You had mentioned wanting to start a different catcher in your third game today.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned on the radio that Coffer may have messed his back up a little bit. Just wanted to know what the status is at that position behind Talmadge.
Yeah, he tweaked his back yesterday doing base running drills before the game. I wasn't even aware of it, that he wasn't available yesterday. I chose to put Bakes in yesterday, the last few innings, to be honest with you, I totally had forgotten that there was a 10-run rule in yesterday's game. And when I put, the reserve players in, I thought they were going to get a good 5 innings of work back there. I got to get used to it because we didn't use a 10-run rule when I was coaching before. You think I have to adjust to things like NIL and transfer portals. I got to adjust to things like 10-run rules. But I thought Bakes did a really good job yesterday backing up, his receiving. And then today I was going to start Coffer. And I found out about this back issue. And so Talmadge only caught 60 pitches yesterday from Becker, so I wasn't really worried about him being tired or anything like that. But I thought Talmadge just caught tremendously all weekend. And the one stolen base that they have, our pitcher was just too slow to the plate, and he made a perfect throw. Just didn't have a chance to get him. And then I thought Gavin Braylon did well. It was great to get Pitzer back on the mound, get him back thinking positive about himself. And I told Braylon I was going to hold him directly responsible for Pitzer's command today. And, the young kid did a really fantastic job. So that was what happened, John. We'll see. Going forward, I'm not really sure. The difference between, Bakes and Coffer and even Braylon is almost non-discernible. They're all 3 quality guys. But Talmadge is, the leader of our team back there. I hope so. I know he was in there with the doctor in the training room when I came here, so I'm not really sure what the status is.
Thank you. Any update on Jerzenbeck, and you have a starting pitcher in mind for Tuesday?
I'm pretty sure we're going to pitch Jarvis Evans on Tuesday, and I have no update on Jerzenbeck quite yet. Stay tuned.
Any other questions? All right.
Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for coming out all weekend, y'all.